GM Farcaster, and welcome back. It is Saturday, September 14th, and you are here with Nana Shroff and Adrian for literally 21 minutes to wrap up our 1-year anniversary show. How are you feeling this morning?
Hi, have we ever been
Hi.
live on a Saturday?
We have not. This is our first Saturday show. So mark this for next year's uh, 2-year
First and last.
anniversary. First and last. Next year's
Should
anniversary
we,
show.
okay, everyone, save the date. We are doing on September 13th, 2025. We're doing 2 hours to celebrate our second anniversary.
Actually, I think we should celebrate that on the 12th because the 13th will be a Saturday.
Perfect. Friday the 12th, 2 hours.
I think that'll work better. 2 hours. That's it.
We made it. We made it.
We
We're
made
here.
it. We
Thanks,
made it.
everyone.
It was a lot of fun. Amazing like just so many amazing people doing so many amazing things. So that was incredible. Just thinking through the day, like wow, the trivia was so fun. I had so much fun during that. I think I laughed like more during that than any other time. That was great. And having time with our chatters. It was great talking to Dan. We haven't talked to him in a while. So that was good. It was great timing, especially because of just the new initiatives around channels.
Yeah, always good to get
Um,
them when news drops.
right. Yeah. Yeah. We'll have to like
What's funny
maybe
is that wasn't even
get
news
him back
dropping.
soon. I
It was
know.
a rumor. It was like a little, he thinks he's having a private conversation in a dev call, and then the entire feed panics. So it was great timing.
It was great time. It was perfect. That's so funny. That's exactly what happened. Because they're like, the dev calls usually don't go viral.
Right.
Usually not. A little different this time. Um, and the state of Farcaster though got a lot of news. That was so funny with Chris Corella. Like that was so fun. I don't know. I know you guys have been busy all day, so I know you didn't see it. But the state of Farcaster were like, dude,
Yeah. We.
wait, no. We broke that news.
How does?
That was funny. That was really funny. That was probably one of my favorite parts. Be like, huh? By the way, when we were on with the Noun Square, that was the hour that we had the most viewers. That was I was shocked. Like the number, like if we had stayed on, if I could have stayed on, but we had a pre-recorded thing ready to go, I would have been curious to see how high it got.
So I think that's because the nouns cult has been around longer than the Farcaster cult,
I think so.
and is the only thing I can think of.
I don't know what you mean. We're not a cult. Um, that used to be such an
As
easier thing to say before I got the tattoo.
as Prof flashes a tattoo of Noggles on the
I know, a little
screen.
tattoo. By the way, didn't I say I was going to get a GM tattoo if we hit 10,000 subscribers in our
No,
channel?
I asked you. I think I suggested that. You didn't go along with it, but
Okay,
now
but we do have 10,000 subscribers in our channel now. So thanks for that. Thanks all 10,000 of you.
I also
Uh,
think it was. I was talking about kind of like on YouTube subscribers,
oh, okay, yeah,
not
that's true.
channel
All right, so we got a
followers.
way to go. We got a way to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not really not there on the YouTube
Yes, but we have
subscribers.
10,000 followers to our channel, which is
I
super
know it's pretty
cool.
amazing. That's amazing. And we love you all, and we're gonna make that even cozier soon, apparently. Um, okay, so what happened next? So State of Farcaster report, that was great. And then I loved
Nouns.
chatting about that in Tavern at late night. And we got some really good insights from
I didn't
Peachy.
like that part. So
It was too late. That's why
for
it was
those,
done.
yes.
Yeah.
I think I just, yeah, for those that stayed up late with us, my brain shut off and I could no
Yeah.
longer remember the State of Farcaster report. It was
It
fun,
was
but I
it
was
was fun.
Farcastered out.
It was good that we had a fresh brain with Peachy.
Peachy was
So
great. Peachy
she kind of
was like
she
winning
kind of
her
ran with
time.
it. Yeah. She was what we needed. Because she was
So,
literally just
behavior.
waking up.
Yeah,
So
trivia question is we now know how many hours that it takes to get me Farcastered out.
yeah, and now we know. Yeah, that was crazy. Howdy yes to crypto. Um, yeah, I'm glad that was fun, but yeah, we don't need to. we don't need to prove anything next time. And Miriam, thanks for staying up late with us as well and being there for our little tavern hang. I think it was good to experiment with some things, and poker was really fun. I really enjoyed that. A little like not chaotic, that's not the right word, but like, just trying to figure out how it was all going to work. Was a little not stressful, but just a little anxiety inducing. Uh, just a bit. But once we get that figured out, I think that'll be really fun for the monthly Farcaster Fridays. I think that'll work out really well. And so if you're going to be around on Farcaster Fridays and can't get to an IRL, we're going to up the URL. And Sparks, that was so fun. It was so fun. It was great to see you. We also, congrats to Poe, who killed it, and Chic Bangs had given up her seat so Poe could play, and then Poe ends up winning. So that was kind of crazy, but that was great, and that was sponsored by Cat Town. So we had a new sponsor come in, who's going to be our sponsor for next Friday as well, and that was so interesting because I had not heard of that project. I don't know how it's missed my timeline, but that was really interesting to hear about how they're using the smart wallets and to just learn more about that team. And that looks really fun. So I got to go check that out. And we have some prizes from Cat Town for our poker players as well as our trivia. So we're going to be spreading those around. Some fishing rods. So whatever that means, we're going to find out.
Fishing rods and something else too.
Kibble. It was some kibble.
Okay, I guess that's cat kibble. Is that to feed the cats?
I assume it's to feed the cats in Cat Town, and then they go fishing for better food. I don't know. I'm not exactly sure. We're gonna find out. But I'm really excited. So I think
I might have to play.
Yeah, we have to play. We'll have to do a little tourney or something. We should do that for their maybe we'll play. I don't think we can play. Is it mobile? It might be mobile only. I'll have to check. Okay. But we could maybe show some gameplay or maybe do a little mini competition or something next Friday. That could be fun.
Yeah. Well, I'm not a gamer. Like it's when they were on talking about what kind of comps and other games they're similar to, I was like, I don't know what those are either, but maybe Cat Town. But I did love just the way they talked about making Cat Town just super easy to play and not needing, and not a surprise it's on base and talking about this session wallets but
that was really interesting. The session key thing was super interesting for those who missed it. It's Coinbase wallet is adding session keys, and that will allow for you won't have to keep signing in to sort of approve your transaction. So within the game, there's micro transactions for playing. So that was really interesting, and that's coming soon. So that's cool. What else this is what I wanted to show as well. Thank you, Evan. Last minute yesterday, put a POAP together for the poker session. So it was really nice to walk into a room and then once again, Evan's standing there, like with the POAP disc, with the virtual POAP disc. There's Evan.
There's a new app.
He's back.
Yeah, and it looks like POAP has a new app because it was on my phone. Maybe it was a PWA on my phone or something, but then it directed me to an app. So, cool. I downloaded it, POAP Home, and it's beautiful. And I collected a POAP for playing poker, even though I wasn't playing, just for being there.
And I think you can add photos and things to it. They had an experiment with that with the old one, and then this is a new built-in one called Memories. And so from poker, Evan could go in and because I didn't add it. Oh, it's probably there too. I'll have to check. And see if it transfers over. I did it with my regular app that I had. I didn't re-download the new one. I'll have to see if it keeps all your POAPs. I'm not sure. Maybe I can add.
Oh, it totally does.
Oh, cool.
Well, it's attached to your address.
Same wallet, right? Yeah, so it should be. I just wasn't sure. Yeah,
put my address in, and it does look all of a sudden from like before where it was like, oh, here are just POAPs, right? Like they built this whole experience now that tries to show you your memories over the years, and it's a much richer UI. But then it'll also insult you on the months let's say that you haven't picked up POAPs, it was telling me like you had nothing going on in these months. Like, oh, lots were happening around here. I saw my Farcon POAP, and then it was like, and then you had a boring summer because you didn't get any POAPs.
She didn't get any POAPs. That's funny. I'll have to go check that out. I haven't had a chance to download the new one, but that's really funny. But it was real, and it was fun too. And I'm glad that Evan was able to join us for poker. Although he was out pretty early, and the only hand he won, I think, was when everybody was claiming their POAPs. So we think that it may have just been a whole strategy.
It's fine. So win-win.
That was it. Yeah, I think that was it.
Well, we had Kristen and Chic Bangs and there was I'm forgetting who else was there, but there were some people in the chat, and they were in the YouTube chat and asking who's winning, and like they're not poker players, so they were trying to figure out who's winning. And at the time, Alina was crushing. I mean, she was
crushing.
And but you know, it's a long game. Anything can happen.
Anything can happen. Poe was in there the whole time. Like, she definitely played really well and just had some really great hands. And then, but Alina was crushing it for a while. And the best part was that Toady was just like, couldn't get it going. He died like 3 times. It was so funny. I enjoyed that part, but that's our brother-sister energy that some of you may be familiar with. So that was really fun. I'm going to go through our other sponsors for yesterday. Snickerdoodle, who did the State of Farcaster, but also is one of our premier sponsors. And then during the Base Builders, we were powered by Base, of course. And that was super interesting. I loved hearing what Philippe was working on with talent. And I've been a little bit familiar with that, but it's exciting to see where that's going. I think that has a lot of big possibilities down the road.
Yeah. So. And great to hear from W. Benz, who.
And W. Benz, yes.
I love how he's talking about, he's like, well, I've been in crypto for a long time. A lot of people say that. And then he's talking like in decades. I'm like, what? Oh, okay.
Yeah. Really long time.
And he's talking about, like the times before. He's like, and then we had Ethereum. And then.
Exactly.
And he just talked about how even this entire time, just that the base and Farcaster community is, I don't think he said toxic positivity, and I don't think he said Christian rap. I think he just said like true abundance mindset, positive sum, optimistic builders. Yeah. And obviously that's how we feel.
Yeah, absolutely. And it was great to meet him. I want to say meet him in person, but it was meet him on video. But it felt like in person, it was kind of funny. And the funniest thing was that he's never met the base team in person.
Right.
Like, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
Like, I had no idea.
And he was dialed in. Yeah, he was dialed in from a car, taking his daughter to sports on a Friday night. So thank you for,
and he created a little background for us too. I got to get that background.
Oh, he owes us. He's got to send that to us.
Yes, W. Benz. Because I know you're up on a Saturday morning watching us. Could you send us that background? We'd appreciate it. I do want to shout this out from Poe, who was shouting out our everybody here. Thanks again for making this happen, and appreciate all the sponsors. Would love to join some future games. Oh, and I dedicate my win to Ted and B Chow, who onboarded me to poker last year at our team offsite. So I thought that was really sweet to see. And this from Sparks, too much fun on a Friday afternoon. Mahalo for hosting. Now, Prof and Adrian, congrats on your first year. Congrats to Povin's World. Can't wait to see you again on Burberry tables. To the rest of us, ready to take the slow, long crawl out of the loser's lounge. Toady, Alina, Tori, Zactron, and Henry. And shout out Tracy for letting me play from her pool. That's funny. She was dialing in from her friend's house. It was, I think that was one of my favorite parts, though. Honestly, it was poker. It was just really fun. And it was great to meet Burberry because she's been crushing it. And I knew she was fairly new, but I didn't realize how new until it's like May. She's like, really found her people, and it's fantastic. And I love seeing so many people joining her sit and go games and connecting and making new friends. Cause like Sparks and Toady didn't even know each other. I don't think. They started to get to know each other through poker. So, and there's a lot of relationships like that are happening, that people are getting to know each other through different either poker or tabletop or different activities. And I think that's what makes Farcaster special. So
yeah. Well, one thing Burberry said was how many people never played poker before.
Yeah.
Like it's,
that
it's
was
not
interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, oh, we're new and we're using this club to learn and play. And how many people, it's just like we see that pattern all over Farcaster. People will, I mean, that's I guess what we say. And that's actually one of the snickerdoodle their conclusions from the report. It's like, okay, so what's special about Farcaster? Not the biggest group of people, not the biggest audience, but people who are more willing to actually lean in and try something new.
Yeah.
So wink, wink, if you're a brand, come to Farcaster because you'll get people actually trying your product, giving feedback. And like, it's a great, they said Farcaster is a great testing ground. So whether it's like a product, a message, like just messaging, throw your messaging out in Farcaster because like it's
see
safe.
what you get. That's a great point. I didn't even think about that aspect of it. You could try messaging. You could try different. It doesn't have to be a tech product. It doesn't have to be an app.
No,
it can be
you
something
see what
else.
works, and it's just it's a much more so just that idea of like people. I mean, I it's safe to fail and safe to experiment. So people who I think anywhere else you're like, oh, that's poker. I don't do poker, not for me because I'm not.
Yeah.
Whereas in
Isn't
Farcaster,
that
it's like, oh, that's a place I can learn poker. Super cool.
Yeah, that was really interesting. And that, it was a great demonstration of it's not all about apps and crypto and tech. So that's really, really cool. She onboarded me to poker, and I've made lots of friends through her SNG, that's Sit and Goes. That's
look
cool,
at you
Mikado.
with that acronym.
Yeah, Sit and Goes. That's really cool, Mikado. I didn't realize that. That's awesome. Yeah. So, and no, it's no longer. It isn't like Kristen Raff, but kind of. We've had our era, and I wanted to shout out a couple other casts I saw yesterday. This one's from Zach, and Zach's been a great, like fairly new GM Farcaster community member. It's showing up to our chats, and this is really kind. Impressive run today for 1 year celebration of GM Farcaster with Nanish, Prof, and Adrian. I've popped in and out of incredible programming all day long. So many fantastic guests and conversations. Going to have to catch up on the recordings of what I missed. I can't imagine all that went into planning this. You have no idea. Grateful and inspired, and also there should have been more planning. But in 2 weeks we did pretty good. I did add a playlist on YouTube. So there is a playlist of all the recordings from yesterday. So if you missed anything, it is there waiting for you for your viewing or listening pleasure very soon, if you'd like. This will be the last one. And I loved this too from Brad. So this is from Brad Q. Wow, a veritable who's who of FC. Oh, well, let me scroll up so you know what he's referring to. This was the watch 1 year of GM Farcaster in under 7 minutes, featuring all our co-hosts and interviews. What's your favorite memory from year 1? And we're going to show this at the very end as we close out. So if you missed it yesterday, you'll get to see it. It's also on YouTube. And then Brad Q asked, wow, veritable who's who of FC. You guys are killing it. Who are 1 or 2 guests that you haven't gotten yet that you want on the show? And your response, I love this question. I'd love to keep focusing on Farcaster builders and artists. I might not even know their names yet, but the people who are going all in on Farcaster and trying to push the boundaries of what exists. Would also love folks like Fred Wilson, Balaji, Brian Armstrong, and Chris Dixon, who have envisioned what a blockchain future could be. Now, Prof, how would you answer this question? And Brad, who would you like to see? So before I answer it, I'm just going to read Brad's answer. I hadn't thought about it when I asked you, but the first thing that comes to mind is seeing GM Farcaster be an outreach to non-FCers who should be FCers. So that's interesting. We kind of did that with Kerry the other day. Danny Huep and Amanda Terry from On-Chain Monkeys. That actually would be good. Misha Da Vinci, Punk 9059, maybe some smaller 50K-ish folks on Twitter that are good builders. maybe Jack Butcher, who's here but on the far outskirts, and the discussion could be how FC could help them in a subtle, natural, non-pushy way, maybe what they've heard or know about FC. So I thought that was interesting. And in terms of my answer, I think it would be the same as yours. Honestly, I don't think I could add anyone else besides maybe Vitalik. That's obviously because I'm an Heath Maxey fangirl. So that would be the only other one that I could think of that I would love to have on.
Why did I leave Vitalik off my list?
I don't know. I know.
Okay,
I would have thought that was number one.
I need edit.
She needs edit cast right now.
Of course he's
I'll answer and put him in there. Don't worry.
Yeah.
But Brian Armstrong is actually probably number one on my list of people I'd like to interview, to be honest. Because I just find him fascinating on so many different levels.
Yeah.
And I was really hoping that we were going to get to meet him in person at base camp, and he was only on video, and I was sad. I was very sad. But yeah, so Brian Armstrong and Vitalik, those are my top two.
And yeah, so let's revisit in a year. We'll see who we can get, and we'll take intros to people if you guys have interesting people. But I just I love focusing again just on the people building on Farcaster.
Yeah, I agree.
And they may not be famous yet in other places, but that's
it's just a matter of time before there's a Farcaster mafia. It's just a matter of time. It's a little subdivision of the Coinbase mafia. Like there are layers. There are layers. I don't think we talked about this. I wanted to share this today. This was your cast. I think it was yesterday morning. How it started, August 3rd, 2024. Nounish Prof creates a Discord server and proposes an idea for a morning show to me and Galazio. September 12th, 2023, we finalize details for an MVP launch. Don't overthink it. September 13th, 2023, we go live on Unlonely with episode 1. And watching that yesterday was also another highlight. Quite amusing. And this was the original idea for the logo, by the way. And then I ditched it, but it is still the logo
creative.
for the Discord server. It's still yeah. I was like, oh, this sucks. We're not going to use this. And then it started to lean into the purple cups, but I do kind of love this part. I'm down. And when you say this Wednesday, that's tomorrow. Like, that should have been a hint as to what you were getting yourself into. So,
seriously. Yeah. I mean, that's the way it was, just like, just do it and just show up and
just show up.
And you make it easy for me to show up.
I think I got to a point too where it was like, if we don't just do this, like, I'm never going to do it. So that's kind of what it came down to. It was like, if we're going to do it, we just need to do it. Because I was thinking about it for like a couple months before.
So we rewatched episode 1 yesterday. Yeah. And that's the first time I think either of us have went and watched it. What did you think?
It wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. And it was interesting, very different. The funniest part to me was that you kept calling me Kelly.
We were on a Google Meet. Your display name, to be fair, said Kelly, and we barely knew each other.
I know.
So yeah. I think
it was
watching
just funny,
TV,
looking back.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It's easy to think like, of course this was going to work, and of course we were going to do it for a year, but it wasn't obvious, and it wasn't guaranteed because we literally we had only met in person once, and you proposed the idea, and it was like, sure. And we did the show, but it was like such a reminder of like, oh yeah, we didn't actually have any foundation of a relationship or shared anything to go on. It was
it was very, and also I can't stress to you how many technical issues we had in the first month where it really like almost broke me. Of like, I forget it. I can't do this. This is too stressful. Because when you start to set an expectation that here's where we're going to be at this time, and people start showing up, then you really feel like an obligation to get it right. And it was really frustrating at times. So like, that's why, episode 2, the last episode, is so frustrating to me that we did lose that episode. It's funny, it's part of the lore, but that was like, there were a couple times like that where the tech issues were so challenging of trying to figure out this streaming stack that worked, that I was like, forget it. This is too much. I can't do this. And then I just had to push through. And I think that's like every startup ever.
Totally. And the tech stack was a recorded Google Meet. So we went on Google Meet and we recorded it. And then you had OBS, which is open source streaming software, set up to stream to Unlonely. And that was it. But you can see even in the recordings how glitchy it was.
Yeah.
And
it even, do you know that the recording started late too? Like we talked a few minutes before the recording starts on episode 1, because you had to press a separate button. Like, I don't have to hit record when we just hit go live and everything happens. So, oh my God, it was crazy. Yeah. So it's amazing that we kept going for a whole year.
Yeah.
Incredible.
It's still not easy. I mean, we still have technical issues.
Still a lot. Yeah. All the time. And we still I still need a lot of upgrades of things, but they'll come. But it's like, we've come a long way for what we can do now and what we could do then. So, and we were only on Unlonely for a while, because I was really hesitant, because I wanted to be on chain as much as possible and have that on chain connection. And you start to realize that it really came from our audience members and our, people who were watching us and diving in every day going, hey, this just isn't working for me. I can't get on the way I want to. And it's like, all right.
It was yes to crypto.
It was yes to crypto. Yeah.
If you also, but then it worked, right? That was weird. Yeah. Okay, we'll try to go somewhere else, and then you realize you should just be everywhere.
Everywhere.
I mean, that's it. Be everywhere and make
just
it
meet
easy
people
for
where they are. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Same thing with being hesitant about putting it on Twitter for a couple of reasons, obviously. So but it of course it makes sense to be there and just meet people where they are. And if you want to watch us there, then we're happy to have you watch us there. So yeah, so we're happy about all that. Mikado would like us to interview Alex from Dracula.
Sure. We'll Alex, come on in.
We'll put that on the list. That's a good one. All right. Anything else before we wrap? And we're going to wrap with, I do have one more thing. And then we're going to wrap with our highlight reel.
We also just shout out our Purple Hour yesterday.
Yes.
And
yes.
And yes, Zach in the Unlonely chat reminding us that people are busy, but people will be able to watch all the recordings for weeks to come. And
we got your content covered for all your car rides for the next week or so. Just toss that on. And but this,
but our mint is ending.
Yes,
our
the mint is ending.
Commemorative mint is ending. So now I think it's like the last 20 minutes.
Yeah, it's ending very soon. So go pick it up. And thank you to everybody who minted. And that was the other thing I was going to mention. And I'll do it this way. Hold on. If we can play this, hopefully. Let me see if I can get this going. Oops, let me take this off real quick. Hold on. Yes, is it the technical issues we're talking about? They're not really technical issues, but they're just, I'm not doing this well at the moment, issues. But I want to show Peachy's video of her coffee yesterday because it looked delish. And it's in the mug. And very soon, you'll be able to buy a version of this mug online if you want. So coming soon. But let me line this up. Here we go.
So we're celebrating with a caramel latte on this Friday the 13th. So happy spooky season and congratulations on 1 year. And thanks for the awesome coffee mug.
So that was our that was our mug from FarCon, and we're going to have a version of that available in our shop, which, if it kills me, is going to launch by Monday. So I promise it's happening. It's definitely happening. Anything else? What else did we cover all the things we did yesterday? I think we did. So we did Purple Hour, Base Builders. What came next after that? We had a couple
Candle
of
making.
recorded
We talked
candle making, but let me back up real quick. We had a couple of pre-recorded things, but they were new. So vibe check, that was fun. It was fun, but it was like weird to have the tables turn. And then the highlight reel of Here for the Art. So if you want to just catch that, it gives you a little piece of each of the artists and as well as their artwork. And then candle making. Yeah, that was so amazing. I love watching her make candles, and I've watched her stream that before, and it is really fun, and I'm impressed with how she does all that and is also interacting with the chat like all the way through. It's pretty impressive. So Samantha, you got chops for sure.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Very impressive.
I woke up this morning, came out here, and my house still smells from the beautiful candle that I had going last night from her. It's incredible. So highly recommend Humankind candles. They're fantastic. All right. Anything else?
No, it was like just a super, super fun day. So just thank you to everyone who celebrated with us. And I'm feeling just kind of grateful that we get to do this and we get to do it with friends and making a new internet. No, the Mint is closed. Sorry.
Yeah. Sorry.
Miriam, if you ask yes to crypto really nicely, he may give you one.
I think I can.
Extras.
I might be able to still airdrop. So Miriam, if there is one, if I can do that, I will do that.
But I just had fun on the feed yesterday too. I know you were like just.
I was so busy,
and I'm really looking forward to an offline day. We will be touching grass, aka taking naps.
So. I was like, I will be touching bed.
Oh, and my fourth, and you had more, and this is my fourth outfit change in the 24 hours back.
I had many.
It's a GM Farcaster classic.
We'll have to, that'll be the other trivia question for next year. How many outfit changes and mug changes did Prof have? And there was quite a few.
You look great.
Quite a few. I can't believe I'm still like, I look okay. I should look horrendous at this point, but not too bad. All right, we're going to head out with our 1 year of GM Farcaster clipped highlight reel that is available on YouTube. And let me share this and get this going.
Yeah, and I know what we can do. We can actually ask people to subscribe to our YouTube channel because it helps people find us and it helps us with so that'll be my final ask for the day.
Yes, that would be amazing. That would be amazing. All right, and we're going to go out with this. Let me make this full screen and enjoy. We'll be live on Unlonely, which I've been wanting to do for a while since I, really joined.
This is working, right? GM Farcaster. GM Farcaster. Good morning. Welcome. This is GM Farcaster, 21 minutes of Farcaster news to start your day. I have a special guest co-host today. Adrian's traveling, and I have COVID, so it's going to be a banger day. Ivy's going to carry this whole day. GM Farcaster. You'll notice we are awfully purple today. You kind of look like where in the world is Carmen San Diego. I love it. So we thought we'd have some fun. Good morning, Farcaster. So much. It's been crazy.
Farcaster is 4 years in the real world.
Right? Just point out your beautiful background. If you could just duck for a moment so everyone could see mole, boots, and bangers. Welcome, Dan, to our crazy morning show that we just permissionlessly launched on your sufficiently decentralized network. How are you
for having me. Yeah, thanks for having me.
GM Farcaster. It is Friday, January 5th, and we are here for 21 minutes of Farcaster News to start your day with Adrian and a special guest today, Rish from Maynard, and Grace from Unlonely, like building Unlonely. So the way we've been introducing people is the person and what they're building, and you're building the thing that we use 3 days a week to do this show. So there you go. And we're very excited to have you. And it's Friday with Friends. So we are here with Jack, and that's J for CK.
Oops, sorry. This is one of those technical.
Right? If you're looking for him on Farcaster or anywhere, we're so excited to have you here, Jack. Very special edition of GM Farcaster, where we are digging into DGen. So Johnny is going to be the full-on co-host today. So welcome.
Let's do it.
Welcome to GM Farcaster. So excited to have you here. Welcome, Jesse. How are you today?
I'm doing good. Yeah. Happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday.
Having a great week. Feeling based and casted this week.
Based and casted. All right.
Does the Coinbase Mafia exist?
I'm not a huge fan of the term mafia, but yeah, I mean, and I don't like cabal either.
It is Thursday. We're all messed up this week. February 15th, and we are bringing you a special edition of GM Farcaster 21 News to start your day with Andrew from 21 Minutes Farcaster News to start your day, and the very special guest, Matthew, one of our favorite Farcaster people who we just adore, GM Farcaster. Welcome. It is Monday, February 19th. And you are here today. We have the amazing Tony Hawk, my friend from the Noun Square and Nouns and Yellow Collective here with us.
Yeah, we're living in the future.
And again, this is not Adrian. This is Ted, not Lasso.
Of course, we have to start with Chris Carella, right? We were going to have him a little later, and it worked out that he could be first because he always likes to be. He likes the provenance. The man loves the provenance. So we're going to continue rolling. This is GM Farcaster mini interviews at ETH Denver, and we're rolling in all different folks from around the Farcaster ecosystem. And we have Matthew B. and Riley here, who are both building Juicebox. So you are here. So do you all have a booth or any space or anything that you're doing here? You're just kind of like
every ETH Denver we come and we have.
Actually,
amazing.
I'm sorry I'm late.
You're fine. You're fine. I can't believe you made it.
I hopped the fence again.
Don't say that.
Just kidding. No, I have my pass.
Happy Friday. Bear with us because we are live at ETH Denver and we don't know what GM Farcaster. And welcome, Henry. Perfect timing. And he looks nothing like his profile pic. This is usually the thing that you hear from everyone.
GM and welcome, Ryan. Good to see you.
Yeah, GM.
Good to see you. We have Grin and Cameron here with us. Cameron's on the fly, so he looks just like his PFP.
What is a techno watermelon?
GM Farcaster, and welcome to the FarCon recap show, FarCon 2024. And welcome, Brennan. And the big joke that happened at FarCon was he had no idea what GM Farcaster was.
Okay, we are live. GM Farcaster. Today is Monday, May 13th.
I'll dance. I like to dance.
No, Manicus, we're specifically shaking dancing.
GM Farcaster. It is Friday, May 17th, and we are ready to wrap up season 0 of Cast Out, the beta. And I'm here with TLDR and Jace, and you are here with Nounish Prof and Lynx filling in for Adrian, the GM Farcaster. It is Friday, a happy Friday. It is Friday, July 26th, and you are here with Nounish Prof and my special guest co-host, I Speak Nerd, are here with Nounish Prof and Adrian for 29 minutes of Farcaster News to start your day, and we might go a little longer than that. So I am the queen
well,
at the moment.
When you're on the top, there's only one way to go.
Thanks for that. Love the confidence. Love the confidence, Adrian. Thank you. Thanks so much.
I'm sorry, I don't know where that came from.
GM Farcaster. It is Monday, August 12th, and you are here with Nounish Prof and Adrian for 29 minutes of Farcaster News to start your day. And look who's here. Hey, how are you, Robin? You can't hear us.
I can't hear you.
Well, we can hear you. And with that, everybody, bye-bye.